Hey there, awesome folks. This is Mentor Shelly coming to you once again as your dream career coach, helping you to become a better version of yourself professionally. We're actually finishing up the 4-part series. Can you believe it? It is the end already. Well, of course, if you like the information that you're hearing so far in the series, like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, or like it on the Facebook page or on IGTV, depending on where you are listening to this video. Of course, we are going to go into part 4 of the series of 4 difficult interview questions, how to answer them strategically for your career success. And of course, the first difficult question on the list was, why should I hire you? And the link for that will be below, so you can get to watch that first video, catch up. You know, do a little mini marathon with me. You can catch up on those 4. Now, it'll be somewhere, the link for the other videos will be somewhere either at the bottom or on the side of the video, depending on where you're watching this. Anyway, the second question is, how do you handle deadlines? The link for that will be below as well. That's part 2 of the series. Part 3 of the series is, have you ever been fired and why? I also invited you on that 3rd video, which the link for that will be below as well. Put in the comment some of the reasons you've been fired, and I will answer exactly. Yes, you can tell the truth, but tell the truth strategically. Please, don't lie about it, because it'll come back to bite you in the butt. Trust me, I know. I've heard stories. I've talked to clients. Not pretty when you lie and you get found out. Anyway. Last of the 4 questions. This question for series 4 is going to be, what are your weaknesses and why? Why do you think they're weaknesses? It's important to understand the perspective of this question. They're asking this to you because they want to know what are areas that you think that you can work on to be better. But the way you answer this question has to be very strategic. When they're asking you what your weaknesses are, what you can do, instead of saying, okay, well, my weakness is I can't get to work on time. That's not something you want to say. Please don't say that. Please don't say that. That is like the fastest way they will end the interview and tell you to keep going. No, don't tell them that. If you had an issue or you had a challenge in your work life before, what you want to do is use this opportunity to show them that, yes, I've had weaknesses, I've had challenges in my professional life, but I've also worked to, or I have overcome them, and I am doing better. Because what they want to see is, do you know how to, 1, handle challenges, 2, overcome challenges? So when you're answering this question, you can say something like, because I've had this question before, and I've had challenges in my career, not because I've been in HR for 15 years. It doesn't mean I don't have challenges in my career. And I've also helped clients to help them get over their challenges as well. I'll give you, listen, I'll do you one better. I'll tell you a story of one of my clients. I'll just say her name, Cheyenne. Because I want to keep the anonymity of my clients are very important. At least at this point, until I get a formal permission to share their names. She was like, you know, every time this boss keeps talking to me like, you know, like he has an issue or he has a problem, and I don't like the way he speaks to me, and I'm gonna go off one of these days because my temper is not that long. I have a really short fuse, and da-da-da-da. I said, whoa, press pause. Wait a minute. Your weakness in this particular situation would be your temper. How you would curtail that is, number 1, remember where you are. You're in a business environment. So exercising self-control is paramount in this situation. Here's what I advised her to do. I said, listen, what you may want to do is sit down with your boss and said, listen, can we have a heart-to-heart here? You have a one-on-one powwow. Of course, this can go left, but you want to make sure that you're addressing the issue head on. Okay? So listen, I understand that you're under pressure, and I understand that we're here to try to ease up some of that pressure. But I also want you to know that the way in which you speak to us, it comes off very unprofessional. And I'm sure that's not what you want to convey to your staff or anybody else in the organization. Is there some way that we can work to make things better so you don't feel the need to address us in a vulgar or loud or, unprofessional tone? You can address it that way. Or, what they'll say is, well, I have a short fuse. No, when you're talking to someone in an interview, you may have a short fuse, or that may have been a challenge for you. But what you want to say is, when I first started out in my career, there was times where my patience level for other coworkers was not long. But what I did to help my mindset as well as my actions to curtail that is understand everybody from their perspective and seek out additional resources in the event that they're not able to finish something, so I can start on it, because you're working as a team in most of these environments. You're not working just by yourself. You're working in a department of some kind, and there's parts of what you do that somebody else needs, and there's parts of what other people do that you need. So you want to make sure that you're combining teamwork as well. What I did to work through that particular challenge or that particular weakness is, and you would describe, I did this with the mindset, 2 with the action, 3 with the mental capability, to make sure that for future reference, here is how I handled it. So I was able to get through that weakness by doing 1, 2, 3, or XYZ. And you would describe in a list of terms how you were able to handle that particular weakness. So when they're asking that question, they're not just saying, oh, well, let's just list off everything that I'm weak in and completely end your your opportunities with that particular employer. What they're looking for is to see if you can handle challenges and handle your weaknesses and really work on them being strengths. Because you could say, well, I had a weakness with this, but then I understood that, I started to look at it from a different standpoint, or I took a different look, took a different mindset or took a different approach to it. And now that's actually a strength. You want to use that kind of language. Not to say that nobody can have weaknesses, but you want to talk about weaknesses that have now become strengths, or something that you were weak in that you're now efficient in. So it shows that you're not only a professional, but you're a professional that not only welcomes challenges, but overcomes them. So, guys, I hope you like this series. We're at the end. But I want you guys to make sure that if you're going through an interview and you're feeling unprepared, and you want to make sure that you're prepared and you're going in there, you're going to knock it out like a boss, I have this resource available to you at mentorshirley.com/services/interview-help. That is an audio series they put together just for those who are panicking because they don't know what else they're going to do. They got the call for the interview and they're like, oh gosh, what am I going to do? Every time I go to an interview, I get nervous. Nervous no more. Part of the nerves is that you feel unprepared. And this resource, mentorshirley.com/services/interview-help, will definitely grab hold of what you think what you think you might not know, and prepare you for the next interview. If you're looking for more in-depth, industry-specific, interview questions, because the 4 that I went over is in most typical interviews. There are specific interview questions that I didn't go over in this video that you will definitely need to be keen on in order for you to go into that interview and conquer it, and be ready with your questions too. Because they're not just interviewing you to find out if you are going to be a good fit for their organization. You have to find out if that organization is a fit for you. So we go more in depth and we go more industry specific when you schedule an interview session with me. You can do that at mentorshelley.com/services/interview sessions. And of course, as always, share this whole series with your friends. We did go over all 4 questions. Why should I hire you? That's question number 1. How do you handle deadlines? 2. 3, have you ever been fired and why? And of course, we talked about in this particular session, what are your weaknesses and why? And you have some tools to be able to work with those 4 questions. As always, if you have any questions in regards to this series or the course, the courses or the sessions that that we talked about in the videos, you can definitely check out the resources below. You can definitely ask the questions by going to mentorshelley.com/contact. You can leave me a voice message or an email message, and I'm more than happy to return your call or your voice message within 24 hours. As always, Mentor Shelley is here to help you to become a better professional. Like, share, and subscribe the information. Share it with somebody that you know is getting ready to go through an interview. That will be helpful to them. As always, take care. I want to help you to not just talk about your dream career, not just think about your dream career, not just daydream about your dream career, but actually live your dream career. Guys, take care and have a good one. Bye.